Well, prepare yourself, guys. Welcome back to another episode of We Got Your Mail, the show where we take all your viewer comments, questions, and concerns and answer them right here on the T3 Media's Talking Through the Media's channel. I got some questions lined up. We haven't done this in a while. It's my bad. I've caught falling off the ball. We normally upload these on the weekend, but since I missed this weekend, we're doing it on a Tuesday night. So without further ado, let's get in some of the things that you guys talked about, sent in that I wanted to discuss with you guys right here on the channel. And I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, especially when you support it live. Everything that you send in, whether they're donations, tips, etc., super chats during the live stream, helps keep the show going, gives us interesting things to talk about, and it supports the channel and the things that you want to see. So without further ado, let's get into the first one here, straight in from TikTok, from escaped realities from TikTok. It's still an issue of why can't black characters and many other people of color characters stay human or be about humans for the entire movies? Why do they always have to be animals or some other non-human creatures? This was something that came up from a TikTok video where I saw a TikToker talking about this subject matter. Like back in the day, especially in the 90s, that was something that was very heavily talked about, and it was brought up again from the success of the Lion King movie. People in the community were like, it's great that Africa was represented, but we're always we being people of color, whenever we're represented, we're never human for the longest time. Princess and the Frog is another example of it. We're always turned into animals. And that, especially on the Disney side of it, people don't like to talk about it, the dark history that Disney has, especially Walt Disney himself, that people of color characters that were very much stereotyped and treated, let's just say, just totally effed up. I'll just censor myself that way. Well, I sure never seen a dragonfly. I know I never seen an elephant fly. Things like that. Things like the Magic Negro and stuff like that. It's always things where we're not prolonged, just regular, average, everyday black people. That either we're the villain, we were the just turned into these crazy creatures or something like that. Never our humanity represented, not for a long period of time, that is. And it's something that's been a problem, and a lot of movies still a problem to this day. So I mentioned that it's I could mention a lot of or point out a lot of movies where that's not the case. Hell, right currently right now we have a black Captain America, but even Disney had to acknowledge, even in that series, the conflict of how a black Captain America would be perceived by the world, by especially by the black community. It would be people that would be very much proud of it, and very much people who would be against it. Like, dude, after everything that's gone on in this country, why would you even want to? The very important question, and I'm proud of Disney for tackling it. Off a little bit in the same vein of it, more recently, Moon Knight, the little girl. Whenever something like this happens, the same group of characters always have the same response. But for example, the Moon Knight situation where the little girl said, "Are you an Egyptian superhero?" And it's like, forced. That's the first thing you always hear. Forced. Oh my God, so woke. Forced. Forced. Well, if because of so many movies and so many times you see a superhero. Hey, we're about to see a superhero. Well, he's right behind this curtain, and when we reveal him, you're gonna love it. And the second he's revealed, it could be 20 different situations, 20 different days, 20 different superheroes. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be 20 white guys, right? And everybody goes, "That's a superhero. Yeah, that's a superhero. That's a superhero," and nobody bats an eye. So when that happens, nobody ever says forced. Nobody ever says, well, the majority of the people who like it never say forced. Nobody says woke. What's this agenda of only forcing the same type of people that look the same as the good guy or the superhero? Then you get a person who is a person of color, whatever race it is, could be Hispanic, black, or whatever. And yeah, they're going to take pride in that. Yeah, they're going to take a second and call it out. Out of the 20 Marvel movies that you had in a row that starred a black person, here's your first one starring a black, I'm sorry, a white person. Here's your first one starring a black person. And we're gonna take the time and call it out. Here's for how long it took for a woman-led superhero movie with Wonder Woman and Black Widow, things like that. It's gonna be called out because it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be a situation where you go, you have to even ask the little girl. There is a reason why the little girl had to stop and ask, "Are you an Egyptian superhero?" Because 9 times out of 10, that's not the depiction. And that little girl probably wants to take pride in that. And it's not forced, it's not woke. It's just it's what a Joker is. It's not the part of the plan, especially to those people who call it woke or call it forced. It's not part of their plan. They don't want to see it. Or what's always the complaint? You can just do it. Stop taking a second and calling it out. Well, you're gonna complain no matter what. You didn't complain the 20 times in a row where each superhero was a man and it was a white dude. You didn't complain all those times. The second a person of color comes out, yeah, they're gonna be proud of it. And it's like what you're saying when we hear that, we're not hearing you say you don't want us to have representation. You don't want us. It's just that you don't want us to verbalize our pride in it because you feel like you can't verbalize your pride in it because it's how it was. Oh, what, you a white superhero? Oh man, let's talk about that. It sounds like white power. I'm sorry. That's okay. Well, in a world and especially in a country where you're not being marginalized and you're not the minority and you're the most represented. Nobody wants to hear about your little bitter complaints, especially from some dude on Gobbledygooker's YouTube channel complaining how the bad people in the Batman were all white people. Like, shut up. Okay, the movie still starred a white man superhero, but guys like that, and you know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say his damn name. It's an idiot. All right, moving on. Let's see. That's my 2 cents. Whatever that's worth. All right, moving on. Still on TikTok. Coming from Eugene.exe. Let's see. This is regarding the duet that I did with J Buck Studios. You guys watch J Buck Studios? Go follow him. He's a funny dude. Regarding Multiverse of Madness, he goes, "I don't know, man. They did hype the movie to be crazy. Crazy. Let me try this again because I don't know, man. They did hype the movie to be crazy, though. Raimi was like he reshot the movie to add more cameos. Oh, this is about all the cameo hype. The Illuminati was hyped up too. So I feel like the expectation was warranted but year if oh god, but year if you don't expect anything from it, it was a solid 7.5 to me. I heard this said a lot about how it was overhyped and with cameos. The movie didn't promise that. That was mostly our expectation, and that's what Jay Buck said on the video that I co-signed on him with. It was mostly our expectations. And what do they say? They say it's okay to have speculations, but when your speculations become expectations, you're just setting yourself up for failure. This movie better do this, it better do that. I better see the one theory that I heard that I would love would have been that Wanda did the No More Mutants thing in the MCU a long time ago. We just don't remember because she changed reality. And that's what something that Professor X would have talked about. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Multiverse of Madness, that plot theory did not happen. I didn't turn my speculations into expectations, so I was okay with it. So would I have loved to have seen it? Yeah, but I didn't get mad when it didn't happen. But Eugene, I mean, that's your observation. That was how you felt about it. I mean, that's just my advice: is don't let your speculations become expectations, man. But the movie was called The Multiverse of Madness for Doctor Strange. It wasn't called The Illuminati in Doctor Strange. It wasn't called, cameos of madness. It was called The Multiverse of Madness, and we pretty much got what the movie promised. Marketing and trailers are designed 9 times out of 10, not even by the studio, by the marketing company that they hire to cut these trailers. They get the footage and they cut a trailer that they think will get you to buy the ticket. And the movie was heavily front loaded that first week. A lot of people went to see it. More people went to go see it that first week, or the first 2 weeks, than saw the first Doctor Strange movie as a whole. So they did their job. That means it was marketed in a certain way. That's the point of it. But thanks for the comment, man. I appreciate it. All right, moving on to Instagram at JDubHipHop014 regarding the Flash. What do we know? That video I did where I made fun of how in the Flash series they always start off that every sentence with, "All right, team, what do we know?" You know it's about to get some crazy science fiction wormhole that nobody ever heard of, never been invented yet. It's gonna be crazy. But J Dub says, such a good show in the beginning, but it's just got to be same stuff again and again, and very obvious and cliche. I want to enjoy it as I did so bad, but I don't think I can. Still love it though, just can't watch it. Man, that's how it. I'm starting to get there with you. I've noticed that you can tell that this current season, that the Flash's budget has been dropped. I've also noticed that the actress who plays Iris don't act with the main cast that much. You rarely see her and the Flash together. And they did that last season too. Like, what's going on? Why every plot has them forced apart, and it doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. I feel like this is. I think this is the last season of it. I think that's, and I feel like I'm checking out. I didn't finish watching Supergirl. I hung in there as long as I could stand it, and I only had like 2 or 3 episodes left in the last season, and I didn't finish it. And I don't know when I'll ever go back to go finish it. Even though I liked her as Supergirl, I just couldn't stomach the way it was, the way it ended. From the way it began to the way it ended, I couldn't stand it anymore, and I tapped out. So that's how you feel, man. No, no sweat, no worries, man. It's all good. That's just, it happens sometimes. Let's see from Instagram, Dante Evans, regarding Agatha series theories, my Agatha series theory, because I don't know about that. Because why would she want to bring her back? Meaning Wanda. My theory was that the Agatha series. What will that series be about? My theory is that it will be about her trying to master resurrection. And if, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Multiverse of Madness, if Wanda is gone, that's what the whole point of it. Because I feel like she's probably still under Wanda's control. She said in WandaVision, if you're going to be messing with the Darkhold and all that, you're going to need me. You're going to need me. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to, she said that she couldn't bring the original Pietro back. When the question of, can you bring the dog back to life? She was like, can you do that? I mean, everything in the bubble that she created, technically in that bubble, she could bring something to life because it technically really wasn't even real in the first place. Just snap your fingers, make that dead dog disappear, make another one reappear, and just say it's the same dog. That would have been enough. That'd have been close enough, if not the exact same thing, technically. But what if the Darkhold part of Wanda magically reached out to Agatha as like a failsafe? But if, in case of my break glass, in case of my death, in case of emergency, upon my death, is like the last will of testament through the Darkhold. Agatha, you better bring me back, kind of a thing. Or go to the multiverse and get another Wanda because we need a new Scarlet Witch. I don't know. I just feel like there's something that's going to happen where they're gonna, because it's MCU fake death universe. They got to bring her back some way somehow. And I feel like that's my theory of what the Agatha series will be focused on. If not that, maybe she'll try to become the new Scarlet Witch. I don't know. I mean, with White Vision still being out there, I think we need Wanda back. I want Elizabeth Olsen to keep going as Scarlet Witch, but I also want her to also get other opportunities because I heard that she's been missing out on opportunities out there in Hollywood because of the MCU. So that's not cool, man. Let her work. Let her do some projects out there. Let her flex her muscles as an actress because she's a good actor. That's it, guys. That's the last question. That's the last comment that was in for We Got Your Mail. Thank you guys for once again for contributing and sending me things to talk about. I love your guys' opinion. I love getting your observation and talking about what you guys are talking about and what you guys are feeling out there, what the vibe is like, and seeing how you guys are feeling about what's going on in the world of movies, Marvel, whether it's DC, all of that. And like I said, like I always say, let's keep talking, guys. Keep sending them in. Watch us during the live show. When you send a super chat, a question in, we definitely stop and we talk to you guys, and we appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. And until next weekend for another We Got Your Mail. See you then. Peace.
My bottle bubbling, I'm bald and black and loving. My bottle bubbling, I'm bald and black and loving. My bottle bubbling, I'm bald and black and loving. My bottle bubbling, I'm bald and black and loving. My bottle bubbling, I'm bald and black and loving. My bottle bubbling, I'm bald and black and loving. My bottle bubbling, I'm bald and black and loving. My bottle bubbling, I'm bald.